What's good, y'all? J Boogie in full effect mode. Bun down is the sound. You know how we do. We are starting off season 4 with first time guests in the lounge space. We got Mooki and we got Ali Wan Kenobi. What up? What up? What up?
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, what's up?
How y'all feeling?
Good, man. Can't complain, man.
Nice.
Chilling.
I'm chilling.
Same old man.
That's
Be
peace.
alive. Another good day.
Hey, there you go. Yes,
Yeah.
it's definitely a good day because we have the opportunity. First of all, this is the first time in the lounge space. This is the first time all of us are conversing in a music environment. I'm familiar with both of you with your own respective pedigrees, obviously, but as a collaborative effort with the City Hunter Project, this is definitely a first for me. One question I have for y'all. We always start off the show by asking everyone the same question. How were you introduced to hip hop culture?
I mean, should I go first or what? You want to go?
Whoever
Mookie?
wants to go first.
You go first. You go first. You got it.
Man, like for me, I got introduced through my brother. I bought this tape. It was in like in 90s, and it was like a group called Cartel.
Okay.
And they're like a German Turkish rap crew. They're kind of like a big assembly, like kind of like Wu-Tang, and like they had really hard beats. And to this date, I really still like them. You know, obviously these
They're
people
called
now they're in
Cartel?
their 40s. Cartel, yeah, like
Okay.
with C.
Okay.
And yeah, I bought their tape, and I was like, this is lit. And then after that, it's like a snowball. Like me and my brother used to burn CDs and tapes of like DMX, Ja Rule, and like honestly, like it wasn't so much. I don't know. I was listening West stuff and East stuff, like both. You know. Yeah, man. That's probably like how I got into this. Like maybe 98 or maybe 96 or something. Like fucking, I'm old. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was that Cartel record that the first rap record you bought?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like a
Nice.
German, Turkish, and Spanish too. It's pretty good.
Okay. Mookie, what you saying?
Well, similar story actually. Actually, my oldest brother was one who introduced me to hip hop music. Uh, the first music that I remember ever listening to from like my brother presenting it to me was like Outkast. So just like shit like that.
Good
Fucking
one.
Bombs Over Baghdad as a child. Randomly, my dad liked Eminem a lot, so there was that. Those were two pretty big influences in regards to hip hop. But then my mom actually bought me a Chaos album, so
Hey,
that's the
As
first.
Canadian,
word.
Yeah,
right?
the first album I had ever purchased through my family. My mom purchased it for
Okay.
me.
Which
So
Chaos record was it?
it was Atlantis Hymns for Disco.
Okay.
My
Nice.
favorite shit forever, honestly. Like
I don't
still
know Chaos. So
bro.
Solid.
Chaos, bro.
I'm missing out.
That's my favorite, like one of my favorite artists to this day.
Word.
That's
Definitely
peace.
gotta check him. Definitely gotta check him out. But yeah. And yeah, I bought every album he's ever put out since. Listened to it. He also technically introduced me to something that I spend like a lot of my time doing, which is breaking. So he had a DVD, and in the DVD you see like two really prominent breakers, Migas and I think it was K-Mel in the video. Sorry, Migas and Benzo from Ontario or Toronto. So
Yes.
saw them breaking in the video, and I was like, "Yo, about to learn this shit for sure." And da 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 da.
There you go.
Yes,
Ali, like I knew about Mookie's breaking pedigree, obviously. But Mookie, I gotta ask, other than rap, was there any other aspect of the culture that you were attracted to?
yeah, definitely. Well, breaking is definitely that other aspect of hip hop that attracts me. Breaking is like my spirit. It's my energy. It's my religion. I've been doing it for 14 years as of now, so
Yep.
I'm gonna stay maintaining as much as possible and a part of as many different aspects of the culture as possible. But I also think a really cool thing in Winnipeg specifically is our graffiti scene. I think it's super. There's a lot of like crazy legends that grew up in the city and are
Yeah,
creating
man.
culture through the city that people
Yep.
don't know. So
Yeah, man.
yeah,
That's true, man. Yo, I actually met Mookie breaking.
Oh,
I'm not
word?
breaking,
Okay,
but like
okay.
Yeah.
I'm not breaking, but like I met him through his friend Jamal. And I don't know, I knew Jamal from like coming to our old studio in the 333 Gary. Shout out to Crab Skull, his space.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I was gonna
Legendary.
make a video, and I was like, "Yo, Jamal, like, bring your homies, like the crew. Let's make like a video of like a bunch of breaking in it." And that's how I met actually Della, like that way. So before even this, we had a history of him like them breaking, you know.
Okay. Okay. So
That was a while ago.
I was wondering,
Oh, wow.
Ali, when you were coming up, what type of music was played around the house?
Like when I was making music, or just
No, when you were
like
growing
when I
up.
was just growing up, man.
Yeah.
Like classic rock to like soul music. Like my mom loved Mariah Carey,
Okay.
Ricky Martin, you know what I mean? And like
Ricky
old
Martin.
Turkish
Okay.
music. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, old Turkish music like Barış Manço, like kind of like psychedelic rock and funk type of like, you know, stuff. But like she also loved like Joni Mitchell and Leonard Cohen. Like those are Canadian people, right? So we have those. Like she loves Leonard Cohen, you know.
Okay.
So that was type of the music. Other than the stuff that me and my brother, you know, like we'll just do hip hop most of the time, like
Right.
full on.
Okay. Okay. I feel you. I feel you. Now let me ask you both this. With that all being said, for pretty much everyone that I know, and everyone I've ever interviewed, and everyone I know personally, the journey has always been very similar. And so I'm curious as to how you came upon this road. Once upon a time, y'all discovered the culture. Everyone discovers the culture. Not everyone decides that they're going to pick up a mic. Not everyone decides that they're going to start chopping up some samples and laying down some beats. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just like, yo, I dig this culture. I feel this culture. I'm going to live this culture. I'm not necessarily going to participate, you know, on any particular end. But something about the culture spoke to both of y'all and inspired you to want to get creative. And on top of that, express something from yourself using the art form. What was it about the culture that inspired you to say, you know what, I got something to say and I'm going to say it?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Shoot,
Mookie.
man.
Stouts got something to say.
How do I answer that question? There's so many things about hip hop that makes you feel like, man, I should try to have a place in it. Like I feel like everybody thinks that they could, like, I don't know, do something amazing. You know what I mean? But specifically for me, I would say like the way that the cards were dealt in regards to the people I ended up calling my friends, just from the span of just like life decisions that we were making, it kind of like everything fell into place where it's like, well, your friend over here happens to be making music and they happen to be doing it for such and such amount of time, and they'll support you every time that you randomly decide to write a verse, and they see that you actually have that talent and they nurture that talent by saying like, oh, that's a good little verse, you should make it a full song. Or like, it's just like there was a lot of people that were around us involved in hip hop that always kind of pushed that idea of like, yo, you could do this too. You could have something to say and you could be necessary to our culture. Like it's not impossible. And I don't know, you don't think about it, but then really like next thing you know, you're sitting there and you've had all these people around you influencing you the whole time, and it just makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, completely. Ali.
And that's deep question, man. It's like an itch for me, man. At this point, it's like I tried it out and I kind of stick to it. And I started like late, just like Mookie said too. Like everybody I was growing up surrounded with, either were like breaking, rhyming, or writing. There was always that stuff around me, but I hadn't touched to that side of me till like university, maybe like, you know, to like till end of high school, really. I started making beats, which is like 2007 or 8. But even before that, I was like always in it, you know. But it got me courage to be like, okay, I'm gonna pick up something and I'm gonna start making beats, because bands are not happening, you know. I was in a band before, and it was like, you know, you can't do everything. There's like a group, you know. But with hip hop too, you're like working together. With a band, maybe it's like a different, man. Like, I don't know, like it was like rehearsals or something, was kind of more official band camp or something, you know what I mean? But with hip hop, like for me making music, like I could just sit by myself and kind of like work out something, you know. And then it became a habit, like, and then became an itch, and then I'm like, I'm doing this now, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not professionally full-time doing it, unfortunately, yet, but you know, it's like a lifestyle, man. Like,
Yeah, like adding on to what Ali's saying too, like it's the very individual thing that's just like there. You almost don't even realize when it happens, but you just realize like I need to write down words to express myself. And I'm just doing it. I'm not thinking I'm gonna make a song, but I've been doing it, and I've been doing it since I was 7 years old, just because I was in a moment where I just felt like this, and I needed to say something about how I felt. And then next thing you know, you realize like you should probably say, like you should probably put those words up. You should probably say something if you have all this, if you always have this itch to just keep creating, whether people are going to listen or not, you might as well try to put it out to people to hear, you know? So,
No, I
yeah.
definitely feel both of y'all all day, all day. I want to ask you this: with, and we're progressing along here, and you're going to see exactly how we end up here. Now, on top of that, influences from the culture always form our first steps when we first get on that trail, you know, get on that road. So influence-wise, Mookie, who are you listening to that you know the influence is seeping into those early rhymes?
or
Because you know the influence was just that tough. Who are some of those influences?
like there's a lot of people. Chaos, obviously, as we're already talking about chaos. Chaos is a huge influence for me. Uh, I grew up in the age when 50 Cent was one of the greatest rappers of all time. So, like, he's a big influence for sure too. Uh, uh, like the I'm really into a lot of the stuff that's happening now with like the mock homies, the Armin Hammers, Billy Woods and Elucids, even like More Mother, obviously Earl. You know, so lots of different influences. But I would say like when it comes to influences for rapping, more so if it comes from outside of music, so like shows that I watch, like fucking One Piece, or like little random animes that I watched, like Katekyo Hitman Reborn, or if we're going back into music, more so even R&B based, like I'm really big into D'Angelo, or
Hey.
what's her name? What's her fucking name? Sorry, I can't remember her name right now.
Sade?
Jasmine Sullivan. Jasmine Sullivan is one of my favorite.
Hey, word up,
Word.
word up,
Like
word up.
these people really influenced my ideas on like melodizing. So yeah, I fuck with them too.
Word.
Yeah.
That's peace. Ali.
Man. Ah, man, it's like hard to pick, hard to say. Like, for newer stuff, like, I mean, I like, shout out to DiBiase. Like,
Hey,
he's a producer that
Lil
like got me.
DiBiase.
Yeah, man. He's the dawn of the beat making community right now too.
Yeah,
Like
man.
leading lots of fronts in the West. I don't know, like a lot of beat
Yeah, he's
community
got
cats
like,
love him.
yo, his Flip a Beat Club thing. He's got what, like 5
Yeah,
markets doing it now?
yeah. Hey man,
Man.
Monsrock. Also, like I think Monsrock, also another producer rapper, and yeah, they're all leading the beat community, man.
Yeah.
And oh, sorry, I'm getting a call. Fuck. Um, I don't know, and like, man, it's so tough. Like, I like reggae stuff too, like King Duppy. You know, like
Okay.
he's a OG reggae
Yeah.
dub
Yes.
sound
Yes.
engineer. Like with him, Lee Perry. I love like reggae dub stuff. Like I can listen to it all day, all season. I like jazz, like Miles, John Coltrane, like Sun Ra, Ahmad Jamal,
Peace
rest
to
in
Sandra.
peace.
Peace to Ahmad Jamal. Peace to both of
Yeah,
them.
and Azimuth drummer Ivan Conti, like that's another crazy musician. They are not going to be replaced. They made beautiful music, and shout out to Ivan Conti, man. Like it's crazy, man. He made an album with Madlib. Like Madlib went to Brazil and like chopped up this dude's albums from 70s and then presented to them. You know, so it's like always nice to like as a producer. It's like I want to pay tribute more to the source, you know. It's like, okay, this rapper, this Mos Def, they made beats from this, Madlib made beats from this, where they come from, you know. And it's like you just dig deep and it's like it goes, man. Like
man.
There's so much influences, man.
I feel you.
So much good music.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me take this moment right now to, first of all, I don't know if I've mentioned it to you guys via DM yet or not. I've really got to say, salute. Okay? Shit is fire.
Thank you.
Okay?
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Okay? Straight up. I remember I got the email, like, and I was like, what is this? What is this City Hunter thing? And then I saw Mooki's name and I'm like, Mooki? Who's Mooki? Who would that be? You know, dig a little bit. Oh, I think it is. Okay. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get to that. I gotta see what this is about. And then I finally got to and went, whoa, what the fuck? Okay. So fellas, legit, salute. Shit is fire. I love what you guys did with this. The range of emotions that were happening with each listen. You know what I'm saying? I found with each listen, different emotions depending on the time of day or, you know, or what have you. Different emotions will come out depending on the day. So if I listen to it one day, these emotions were coming out. When I listen to another day, a whole different set of emotions are coming out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I really dug that. I really love that I was able to listen to this front to back. First of all, this is a front to back listen. I really want to stress that. Underline, italicize, followed by mad exclos, front to back listen. And that does not happen often. Trust.
Thank you.
It does not happen often.
Thank you.
Seriously.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you tapping in, man.
Absolutely.
And that's why I wanted to get you on, because fuck, yo, you made me listen front to back multiple times. Damn, we need to talk. We need to get you up in here. We need to talk. Okay.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
man. For real. The influences are obvious. I mean, the title in and of itself, we call it City Hunter, which is practically a franchise in and of itself. And I'm not even like the craziest anime guy, but you know what I mean? Like the influences are in fact, there are moments where you honestly feel like you are in an anime scene.
Yeah.
There are moments where you feel like you're on the pages of a manga book. It's trippy like that. You know what I'm saying? And I've listened to it in different states, by the way, just to, you know, experience it. And man, I just love that. I love that you take the listener on that journey. I love that you do that because you make it interesting. You're going down one road, and then before you know it, you've taken us on a hard left. Like, oh shit, I didn't know you were going. Okay, we're here now. All right, okay, I'm with it. And the sequencing, again, salute. The sequencing was wonderful sequencing on this.
Thank you.
Shout out to Mooki, man. Homie, he placed these pieces into play. Like, you know, I was like, what? You know, it's, yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Got good stuff to put in place, so it made it very easy. You know, this guy's a motherfucking legend. So,
man, I appreciate you tapping in, man, and all your listeners. Like for everybody, shout out to everybody who like tapped in with this and showed love. Like we really made this out of love and like friendship at the studio that we were hanging out. Like we try to put that whole studio that was involved in it, into the album. And like I initially came to Mookie like, you know, I got this pack of beats that's from this, and it's kind of like I already had it, like I have these like Japanese samples that I cut up like from 80s pop music in Japan, city pop shit. You know, I've been obsessed with that. So I like made some beats from that, most of it. Then I like present that to Mookie, and then we went on from there. Like, and then it became like an anime after that. You know what I mean? Because of like how, I don't know, like how the journey of the lyrics and the songs, the mood you said, like how they placed, and you know what I mean? And then became like a coherent thing like that. Like every stone just fell into place there, you know?
100%.
At the end of the day, yeah.
Everybody's
it was
this came in at the right times. Like, I don't know, it was really
yeah,
good.
it's an emotional album, man. Like right now, that's our mecca, and like that was the last album that we did from the studio that we were at for a couple of years. 75 Albert. We got kicked out of there. Everybody got kicked out of that art space.
Yo, that building is a storied building. Okay, you wouldn't have been the first to get kicked out of that building, and you know, like a lot of loud beats have come through that building, come and gone through that building. So I mean, really, it's
yeah.
You're just part of the history of that building, then.
What happened? Like, I'm not in Winnipeg right now. Like, what happened to that building? Do you guys know? I still have the keys.
I don't want to like go into details because unfortunately, like somebody else's full business. But to say the least, like it was just a matter of they were renovating the building and they wanted to make the space not necessarily a studio space anymore. So that was the end of that.
Yeah.
Nothing we can do about that.
Happens.
Yeah.
One thing that is obvious is there's a chemistry between you two. Was the chemistry always there? Was it something that developed as you started to work together, or was this an immediate? Because I found in a lot of cases when you're working with other creatives, and this is just from personal experience, I found that there really has to be an immediate vibe almost off top. And if it isn't there, like you almost know, like, yeah, respect.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad we got to meet up, but nothing's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
How was it for you two?
What you guys say?
Man, it was organic, man. Like we vibing, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, smoking with the homie and then, you know, chilling. Like it was so natural, man.
Been chilling.
And then once we start doing it, yeah, it was like, yo, go ahead, man. Go ahead, yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, been chilling with Lee before the music, so like it was just like,
yeah,
we're making music now. Shit, let's do something. And obviously, like, yeah, the vibe has to be right with like what we're doing, but that's just what it is. So it just makes sense, you know.
Have you guys known each other from time?
Yeah, like since I would say 2017 or maybe like something like that. I think
2000. I think it was like even earlier than that, maybe 2015, man, because that's when we had a magazine called The Enemy, and that's
I remember The Enemy. Oh shit, I remember that.
Yeah. That's true.
Shit.
Okay, man. Yeah.
What happened to The Enemy?
Just made its last issue and moved. Everybody kind of went their own creative directions.
Okay.
But yo, you guys never made the book though. Like I thought you guys were gonna make that book. Like I saw Ryan actually. I don't know if you talk to him still. I was like skating in Montreal one day, and then somebody says Ali to me, and I just moved there. Somebody says Ali in a skate park to me, and I look, and it's this dude.
Dope.
Ryan, I was like, what are you doing here, man? He's like, I live here now. I'm like, fuck.
Oh,
what random thing to do, like Winnipeg, you know? There you go, like a Winnipeg connection.
So Ali, where are you now? Where are you based out of now, Ali?
Man, I'm from Istanbul, Turkey.
Okay.
And I'm back here, living here right now.
Oh, so you're back here, okay.
Like taking care of family shit. So
okay.
I've been here for 6 months now, but I moved to Canada, like Winnipeg, during university.
Okay.
Like I kind of escaped here, like went for school to Winnipeg, and I see how easy it was to like just put on 30 hours of work and study there, you know, like it was chill in Winnipeg because I didn't had enough money to go to Toronto or didn't know French in Montreal, you know. But yeah, so I've been in Winnipeg since 2009 or something, eight or something. So like I'm basically a Winnipegger.
Yeah, yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the City Hunter project, you made reference to a little bit earlier that you came to Mookie with these beats that eventually became the City Hunter project.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah. And the name reference is just kind of like giving that like anime and then you know, just kind of theme of that city pop, you know, city pop with the anime is kind of mixed in, you know.
Right.
Yeah, we were playing a lot of Initial D at the studio too. Like, shout out to that game. Shout out to Steve. Like, it's like an old Japanese drifting game. Like, we're really into it. It's a tough game though.
Okay. Okay.
Which
Now is this project, are you supporting it with any live shows? Like, are you planning anything to help promote the project in any way?
yeah, we definitely have something kind of hidden going on in the background. Uh, I think it's kind of like one of those pieces that we kind of just give out to the world and let people find eventually, type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For us, I think a lot of it is encapsulating those feelings that we had from the moments while we were still in the studio.
Yeah.
Or not even necessarily entirely in that studio, just that winter alone. It was kind of
Right.
like during the COVID era type thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That I definitely got a sense that this came from
Yeah.
Ben.
it
I
felt like
It came from
definitely got
COVID.
that sense.
It came from COVID.
it felt
Seriously
like the
though.
world was ending. You know, it felt like the world was ending. So
Yeah, man.
Like, we were just at home and then we were in the studio and it was just
Yeah.
few of us.
yeah,
You know?
It's it's almost funny because you could 5-10 years from now you could almost subgenre COVID rap with the amount of legit, how many
Why not?
releases came out that were influenced or recorded during COVID, man. Like they're actually a
Yeah.
lot.
yeah,
This could
Yeah.
legit become a subgenre of COVID rap because it was a moment in time unprecedented that none of us saw coming. And
yeah.
the initial reaction to it and then the method of coping, it all came out on record. Oh my God. On so many records.
Yeah, I feel that.
Quarantine beats, man.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Quarantine
okay,
beats.
I'm selfish like this, man. Yeah, it was a messed up time, but man, we got a lot of good music out of it. So I think, whoa, I'm down. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We got so much good music out of it, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not a surprise because as humans, sometimes we messed up when we're hurting, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
People just tap into their craft, man.
Yeah.
Pain makes art for sure.
Or they go crazy and take all the toilet papers or some shit. Like, and there's those ones.
Oh man, can you?
There's one that makes beats and like the fucking toilet paper thieves, man. Where's those people at now? Like I was shook. Like I'm in Istanbul, right? I'm telling my friends like we were talking this pandemic stuff, and I'm like, yo, like there was no toilet papers in Safeway for like 3 months. I was stealing from work. And they were like, what? I was like, yeah.
Costco lineups look like Six Flags, like crazy.
Yeah.
Madness.
Very much.
I was like, okay. Like, time to take arms. dig up the guns. You know,
it's a toilet paper militia, man. I'm telling you.
Man, like, what's wrong with these people, man?
Do you think that this could lead to more specific releases from you two as a duo? Or are you guys already working on something else? I don't know.
I mean, we kind of always working, man. Like,
Okay. Okay.
there's something in the back burner always, you
Okay.
know?
That's very good to
And
hear. I'm very happy to
hopefully,
hear
like,
that.
yeah. And I'm sure Mookie's working on some other stuff too. Like, he's hella versatile. So he
Right.
might,
No,
I don't
yeah.
know but he might be working on a bunch of stuff, man. I don't know.
Well, on the real, Mookie, I'm glad you reached out, because like I've known of you, but I just, I haven't had the opportunity to sit and rap with either of you in any form or fashion. The pandemic obviously had a lot to do with that. And then even getting back out into the world, I don't know how it is for y'all, but it's always an up and down thing sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm just glad you reached out, because there's a lot of music that I come across. There's a lot of music and it's just, you never get to it fast enough. You know what I mean? When you're a music nerd, you just can't, nothing comes fast enough, and you're always looking for the next thing, always, always, always. And I'm just glad you reached out, because not saying I wouldn't have discovered it on my own, but you reaching out helped me discover it faster. And I'm really glad about that. I know personally, I would love to see more coming from both of you, not just as a duo, but on the solo tip as well. So since we're on that tip, do we have any solo works that we're looking to in the near future from either of you?
What are you saying, Mookie?
No, you go first, bro.
Man, like, I always send Mookie beats, man. Like, and then it will be easier if we can hang out and, like, have time to, like, just be at the studio again. So it's kind of more difficult to, like, finish up projects like that. And like, I'm always constantly working, and like, I always put up beat tapes into my or remixes or something into my Bandcamp.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will probably do some Spotify too, but depends. I have like projects with a homie from UK. It didn't finish. Noor. I have a project. It didn't finish. Homie Frank, who was also in City Hunter in Durag and Kombucha track.
Yeah. Yo, by the way, best title ever.
Best, yeah, he came out.
No,
Frank
hands
came out with
down,
that, man. Yeah.
Best title ever.
Yeah.
Durag Kombucha. I hadn't even heard the joint yet. Look at the time.
I know.
I gotta hear this joint like right now.
Yo, that song is crazy, and the thing is, that song that was a different project, and that track came out to. I was playing it maybe in the studio for Mookie, and then he was like, "Okay, I gotta get on this." So like, it was like he jumped on that after, and somehow he made it into, like, they made the track together in the studio. But really, Frank did that like months prior to this, and then like Mookie took over to another level, and it became like a collab like that between the two. And like, man, I would love to have a project Mookie Frank. Like, Frank is amazing. He got to tap back in with the beats. He's been working a lot. He went back to Johannesburg. I met him in Winnipeg as well. I used to have a radio show. He came into my radio show, and we became friends with him. He's like a really creative musician, rapper. They had a duo called Farmers. They played shows in Winnipeg. So shout out to them, man. Like, they could have been done more, but right now we'll see what happens with them in the future. I think we're gonna have another thing with them, So that's another back burner project I have with Frank. But when it comes out, it's gonna be crazy. Like, we have a couple tracks, but it's not finished yet. I have stuff with Dill of the Giants, like Dylan. I don't know if you know him. Yeah, man, you know him. So we have stuff with him. We have a bunch of stuff, man. Like, I have a project I'm trying to finish right now. It's like drum and bass, electronic, kind of like house stuff.
Okay. Nice.
That's gonna pop out soon,
Nice.
I don't know. What about Mookie, man? That guy is also.
What about you?
Honestly, man, I'm moving super slow right now. I don't really have anything necessarily I could say that's coming up next. think it's more of like we'll see what happens. I got something secret happening as far as like a possible video.
Okay.
Kind of stay with some energy towards City Hunter, and then
Nice.
I'm gonna do like maybe 1 or 2 performances this summer. That's it. So
Okay.
if you really want to tap in and catch me at my best, definitely pull up to some of the shows that I'll be at. But other than that, just stay tuned, man. I might drop something randomly. You never know.
Like a true artist.
Yeah.
Artists aren't determined by a schedule. That's not how artistry works.
That's true.
Well, I'll be real though. I think this City Hunter project live would be a dope show.
What do you
If
say?
you're not already
man?
thinking
Are we
about
gonna
it,
do it?
if you're
Love
not already
to.
thinking about it,
Love
I think
to do
this show would be live.
Love to do that.
Just
Love
saying.
to do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Love
man.
it. I would love
Well,
that.
you know, I'm gonna come back to Winnipeg eventually, man. Like, you know, I wanted to come back this summer.
Mhm.
We could have been crush it, but like, I don't know if we'll see. I don't think I can make it this summer. But as soon as I handle some shit here, I think I'm gonna come back to Winnipeg and we're gonna have a show.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Happen, man.
we're gonna do some things there.
That's
But
what we gotta do.
fellas, I appreciate you taking the time to spend some time with us in the lounge space today. And thank you for the technical difficulties, the patience for the technical difficulties. I don't know what happened with OBS there. It was wild. But I also want to make sure I let you know that anyone that spends time in the lounge space, it's now open door policy, legit. You literally just got to shoot me a message like, hey, I got something popping. All right, let's get you in. Let's get you in. Let's get you in. It's that easy now going forward. We are here to help support dope shit. So when you got dope shit popping, let us know. We'll get you back in here and we'll help you promote that shit.
Thank you for having us in the first place, man.
Oh, respect, salute.
Yeah,
thank you for the City Hunter project. Thank you, for real. It's a dope ass project.
Man, thank you, man.
Appreciate that,
and people will be, if this ever makes its way to live incarnation, oh boy. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh boy.
Man, hopefully we'll meet, man. Like when I come back to it.
Yeah, man, we gotta make it happen.
Yeah.
We gotta make it happen.
Yeah, man.
And Mooki, man, we gotta like find ways to connect.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely.
All right, fellas, respect. Thank you again for your time. We will talk again.
You guys have a good day, yo.
Peace.
Peace.